cheeky, cheeky. Hoo ha hoo, cheeky, cheeky. Hoo ha hoo, cheeky, cheeky.
Hey fellas, look.
Welcome back. This is Tiki Bet. I'm your host, Lil T. Let's get right into it. We are into day 2 of the NCAA March Madness Tournament. Yesterday, if you watched the video, we had our first 4 picks. Last night, we went 1-1 with Texas winning, and our loss was Ohio beating UMBC. Tonight, we got the over in the Prairie View and... oh my God, who's Prairie View playing? Prairie View and Levi. Jesus Christ. Long day. Lehigh and Prairie View. Over, and we got Miami, Ohio tonight. Today's the moment you've been waiting for. All my picks for the round of 64. The best, next 2 days are the best 2 days in sports. The madness starts tomorrow. First, a couple disclaimers for my picks. The first 4 picks will be the New York games, which we cannot bet in New York State. So these are my 4 picks, and I'm still going to give out for any of the out-of-staters out there to take. And obviously, there's 2 games I won't be picking today because they had the results of tonight's game. Will then put those games on Friday. So I'll be tweeting out those 2 games, those picks out on the Tiki Bets Twitter at follow Tiki Bets at Tiki Bets. You'll see those tomorrow morning before the games start. But here we go. Let's get right into it. It's gonna be a long one, so hang in tight with me. This is what we're here for. This is what Tiki Bets is about. Today is the day. Here we go. So I said the first 4 New York State games. I'm gonna take Duke. I would take Duke minus 28.5. Stands a good story. Fellow St. Bonaventure rival. I love Jerry McNamara, but Duke is another level this year. They win minus 28.5. Next one, I'm taking Arizona over Fins Up. LIU, Arizona, my pick to win the whole thing. They start the tournament right. They cover minus 30.5. I'm taking the Johnnies minus 9.5 against Northern Iowa. I think Northern Iowa came in hot, won Arch Madness, but I think St. John's size is going to be too much for them. Northern Iowa does not rebound the ball well. This is a recipe for disaster for Northern Iowa. St. John's minus 9.5, easy. And the last one, I'm taking the Hofstra Pride plus 11.5 against Alabama. Alabama with Aiden Holloway probably not playing the rest of the tournament with his the allegations against him with the weed. Their head might not be in it so much. Alabama might win, but Hofstra covers the points, 11.5. Now let's get into the other games. Start right at the top. Ohio State minus 2.5. This is a tough game. I like TCU, but I like Bruce Thornton, the point guard for Ohio State, a little bit better. Ohio State wins minus 2.5. I like Troy to cover plus 13.5. Actually, I like plus 12.5. I have here Troy plus 12.5. Covering Nebraska. Nebraska has not looked well recently. Troy's hot. I think Troy can keep the game close. Nebraska probably looking for their first ever NCAA tournament win. I think they still get it, but Troy covers. I'm going, as you saw last video, I'm taking South Florida to the Sweet 16. So I'm taking South Florida plus 4.5. Markel Brown for the Louisville. This report is he's not playing. That wouldn't have mattered if he played or not. I was still taking the Bulls, but that helps. Plus 4.5 South Florida. Wisconsin minus 10.5 against High Point. I feel like a lot of people High Point in last year. They have a good record of 30-4. They're a good, solid team, but I think Wisconsin guards are playing really too well right now. They have too much firepower in Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin, shows levels to this game. Minus 10.5. Sorry, High Point. You tried. Not happening. Next, McNeese State. Vandy over 150.5. I love Vandy in making I also like Vandy making a run. I like they're going to score probably 90 plus in this game. I think McNeese State is a decent team. They'll be able to score about 70, so I like this over pretty well. Vandy's guard Tanner is really good. I do see Vandy maybe possibly making a run. over 150.5 in that game. Next game, Michigan State, North Dakota State. Also, I'm taking the over 143.5. This is March is Izzo is March. I like Michigan State to have a great game. It's going in the 90s as well. Maybe 80s, and North Dakota, the Bison, score enough to get this over 143.5. Arkansas minus 15.5. I know a lot of people are on Hawaii. They are a really good team coming out of the Big West. Don't quote me there. Sorry that. But the defense they play is a no-switch defense. Darius Akoff is going to destroy this defense. Him and Brazil, the pick and roll is just going to be unguardable. Arkansas big, minus 15.5. I'm taking VCU plus 2.5. Little maybe possible A10 bias here, but VCU is hot right now. They're playing well. No Caleb Wilson for North Carolina. This screams upset all over it. VCU plus 2.5. Taking another over, Michigan Howard over 115.5. This is another really, really good team versus really bad team, 1 versus 16. Michigan looking to get right after that loss against Purdue in the Big Ten Championship. I like Michigan to score a lot here and Howard to score enough, as he scored about 86 yesterday, over 150.5. I got BYU minus 2.5 against Texas. This line really didn't make sense to me. I feel like BYU is way better than Texas, but might have been like I don't know. I took BYU to my Sweet 16. BYU is the best player in the league, in the country. BYU minus 2.5. Next, Texas A&M plus 2.5 against St. Mary's. I'm a buckyball believer. That's really all I got. Texas A&M plus 2.5. There's a lot of 150.5s, but I got Illinois Penn over 150.5. TJ Power had 44 in the the Ivy League championship. They have a lot of scorers on that team, a lot of shooters. I feel like they can make enough threes to keep pace with Illinois. Hit this over. Excuse me. Another maybe possible A10 bias, but I really like it. St. Louis plus 2.5 against Georgia. I think St. Louis should have been higher as a 9 seed. I think they're seeded low. I think they beat Georgia almost pretty handily. It's going to be a high-scoring game. They both have excellent offenses, but St. Louis plus 2.5. Gonzaga minus 20.5. I feel like this is just a, Gonzaga beating up on a small team. Get your hopes up to him when they play BYU. Gonzaga minus 20.5. I like the Vandals of Idaho to cover plus 23.5 against Houston. Not much there. I don't know. I have a good feeling about that one. Moving into Friday, Santa Clara plus 3.5 against Kentucky. I hate Kentucky all year. I don't get it. They're good, really good one time, and then they're really bad the other. The Broncos out of Santa Clara going to do Steve Nash proud. They beat Kentucky. Maybe a Sweet 16 run possible. We'll see what happens. This is everyone's favorite pick, and I tend to agree. Akron plus 7.5 against Texas Tech. Texas Tech's out their best player, JT Toppin, and there's a couple other injury question marks for Texas Tech. Akron is a scoring machine out of the MAC. I think Akron keeps it close and possibly wins this game plus 7.5. Virginia Wright State over 145.5. This isn't your normal Virginia team. They score well. They got DeRidder and a couple other guards that can really score. I think Virginia scores a lot here, and Wright State also keeps up, makes it 145.5. I'm taking Tennessee State plus 24.5 against Iowa State. This is solely because I watched the Tennessee State game when they won their conference championship and they were shooting the lights out. I think they can keep it within that number. Villanova plus 1.5 against Utah State. This is more of a Mountain West doesn't do well in the championship March Madness. They might have kind of silenced Dallas a little bit last year, but I still think Mountain West ain't that good. So Villanova. Willard, new coach, I think they can plus 1.5 to win that game. Iowa minus 2.5 against Clemson. This is more so of I like the better players on Iowa. Bennett Sturts. I think he at the end of the game closes it out and gets the win for Iowa. UCLA minus 5.5 against UCF. I think UCLA is, if everyone's healthy, they're a top 15 team in the country. When they're healthy, Donovan Dent is really, really good. TJ Badeau as well. I like UCLA minus 5.5. I'm taking the over in Purdue Queens game. Purdue is playing lights out right now. Their offense is crazy good right now. Purdue's going to score a lot. I think Queens can keep up with the scoring at least. Over 163.5. I like Kansas minus 14.5. Like I said in previous videos, I think this tournament is going to decide the number 1 overall pick. So I think Daryl Peterson is going to show up and show out. Kansas minus 14.5. UConn minus 20.5 is mostly because a lot of people are taking Furman because of that recency bias. The last time they were in the tournament with that crazy game against Virginia, I think UConn. This is March. This is what they do. They kind of limped into the tournament. I think UConn and Dan Hurley kind of flips the switch here, minus 20.5. And then at the last game, last pick, boys. I hope everyone was staying with me. Missouri.
When you donate a car.
Missouri. Plus 1.5. Sorry, guys. Technical. Missouri plus 1.5. Okay. Say in St. Louis somehow. I like Missouri to win that game. Plus 1.5 against Miami. That's it. That's 32 picks. All winners. It's crazy, right? We're finally here. I hope everyone at least rides a little bit. You know, I'm not expecting. If you want to win a lot of money, yeah, take every pick. Or, you know, I'll put all the picks out there. You want to parlay some? Cool, go ahead. They're all going to be winners. But this is where Tiki Bets takes off. 32 picks. The next 2 days are going to be crazy. Hope the 2 picks tonight hit. And thanks for watching. And yeah, Tiki out. Let's do it. This is here. March is here.
Tiki, tiki.